Just finished watching this documentary on Janis Joplin called Little Girl Blue, and I think it's a well done documentary. A lot of the people that were in her life are interviewed in this. Her sister, her brother, members of Big Brother, Country Joe McDonald, Dick Cavett, and there's a long list of people that are interviewed that affected her life or were in her life. Some of her high school people that she hung out with. She had a really kind of a rough growing up stage, especially in high school, where she was totally frowned upon just because who she was different than everybody else. And her life has followed fairly well in this. She goes to San Francisco at one time before she became famous. Then she got into drugs. She went home, back to Texas, then back to San Francisco, and that's where Big Brother comes into the picture. And she saw Otis Redding early on, and she got some of his stage presence from him, like some of the things that he did. And she was obviously a drug addict. She was a heroin addict. She was off and on with heroin and drinking, and she didn't really lead a very happy life, and that comes through in a lot of the interviews. She tried to kick it. She never really did find love, although she found there was a relationship I didn't know about she had in Brazil with this guy, and he kind of was world traveler, so it was off and on again. But you know, she her main thing was singing, and that's where she got most of her feelings out. And it was the time in between the concerts, which was the hard part, because she would go home by herself, and she was lonely, obviously, and drugs became a big part of her life, especially heroin and drinking. So this is a well done documentary if you want to see Janis Joplin represented. There's a lot of singing, or a lot of concert footage in here, especially there's Monterey and some of the Cosmic Blues Band, and it covers all periods, but Big Brother is, I think, the most important part. Peter Alden is interviewed throughout, and I didn't know this, but he was actually the leader of Big Brother. And when she left, and had all kinds of people saying you got to leave Big Brother, he figures that she just couldn't lead a band, and the drugs got out of hand. Peter Alden didn't do drugs, so he sort of kept things under wraps. And when she went off and became supposedly famous, everything hit the fan after that. Big Brother wasn't the best band in the world, but they had a presence that I don't think the other bands really had. So this is well worth seeking out if you haven't seen it. Janis Joplin, and it's called Little Girl Blues, and she wrote a song about that, which they cover at the end. So check it out.